Welcome to the Monday Movie Motovlog. That's right, as I mentioned in my first vlog, I was going to start doing some quick reviews on Mondays. My wife and I go to a ton of movies. And I guess first I'll start by explaining the Moviepass comment that I mentioned in the first vlog. So we have this thing called Moviepass, and basically what it is it tries to be Netflix for movie theaters. When we originally started out, a little more than a year ago, it was $30 a month. You could go see one movie a day, and it would always be, have to be a new movie. Couldn't be, go see Captain America 5 times in a row or whatever. You'd see Captain America, and then, next day you see something else, next day you see something else. So that was really cool, how much we went to the movies anyway. It actually saved us money to get it. Of course, a few months ago, they decided that they would change how it worked. Of course, they had in their terms and policies when we initially signed up anyway that they could change their terms anytime they wanted, but it's kind of the way they did it that really sucked. Basically, they said, hey, you're going to have a new feature. You're now going to have a countdown timer so you can see when you watch your next movie. How Moviepass used to work, basically your timer for the day would reset at something like 2 in the morning or something like that. And so then the next day you'd be able to go see a new movie. Well, now they changed it so it's on a 24-hour time period. So if you go see a movie late on, say, Friday night, say you get an 11:55 show, or maybe you want to get an opening night show on Thursday at midnight. Well, instead of actually being able to see a movie the next day, you have to wait a full 24 hours. And as you know, there aren't hardly any movie theaters that will have later shows than what you saw that previous night. So in effect, you're no longer really seeing a movie a day anymore. Which of course they say, oh yeah, it's every 24 hours, so, officially you are still seeing a movie every day. But, with my schedule, I have to see movies late, so I no longer truly get to see a movie every day now. But hey, what are you gonna do? And yeah, I think my wife had told me they are filming a new movie here in downtown Grantville. We've had some filming for The Walking Dead in the past. I believe there was some filming for the new Dumb and Dumber movie that'll be coming out. And I believe she read somewhere or was told by someone that this is going to be filming a Vince Vaughn movie of some sort. She's not sure what it was. But yeah, so they got a whole, they're getting all the buildings set up there to look like ice cream parlors or whatever else. So yeah, Vince Vaughn movie filming here. Seems like Georgia of late has been a lot more friendly to filming. Seems like we're getting a lot of stuff filmed here. Obviously, pretty much the whole Walking Dead series, which, yeah, I love that one, is filmed in Georgia. One of the big places it was filmed, if you remember the Woodbury scenes from the governor and all that, that was actually filmed over in Sonoy, where I used to live. So that was pretty familiar when they did all those episodes there. And there's just been quite a few movies here and there that have been filmed recently in Georgia. That's kind of cool. But anyway, Moviepass, yeah, changed their policy. Wasn't very cool. Moviepass community, not very happy. But even with that, we figured out it's still saving us money. We can't see quite as many movies as we used to, but still saving us money, so it's still worth it for us to keep it. So we've kept it around. So we go to a couple movies every weekend. If we have time, it's not like mandatory, hey, we got to go to the movies, but if we're not doing anything, we're just relaxing or whatever else, we'll go see movies. So we saw a couple of them this past weekend. The Grand Budapest Hotel and Transcendence. I think Grand Budapest was up for awards and stuff this past awards season. At least it seems like one of those movies that should be. You know, kind of not your normal run-of-the-mill movie. But we enjoyed it, you know. It was fun to go to. It was a very quirky movie. You know, quirky type of humor in it. But all in all, it was an amusing story. And above all, I don't care what critics say about movies. I don't care what everyone else says about movies. Hey, this was filmed well. This was filmed how it should be. I don't know what you'd say, but to me, if it engages me, if it keeps me interested in the movie, if I can, identify with a character in some way, then I'll usually enjoy it. Some more than others, but I'll usually enjoy it. So the Grand Budapest Hotel is the story basically of how the current owner of the Grand Budapest Hotel came into ownership of it, and his travels as a kid into adulthood, and his training, and basically the funny parts of him and his boss, the funny things that they have to go through. And it ends up being pretty amusing. I have to say, I laughed quite a few times. Found it very fun, not kid-friendly. So I think it's rated R, I'm not positive, but not one that you'd bring kids to. But then it's not the normal, it's not like an American Pie, crude type humor. Just adult humor. Kids wouldn't get it anyway. So this is one that I can't recommend to everyone, because you kind of have to like that type of movie. And like I said, it's the more artsy, independent type of film. Got a lot of, it's got big names in it, and, they do well. No one would strike me as, hey, that's horrible acting or whatever. It was done pretty amusing. I think it falls into the vein of, not quite as over the edge as Napoleon Dynamite, but the same vein as that. That's the kind of feeling that the movie had to me. Like, almost like the characters don't see the hilarity of their own situation. And, if that's your kind of movie, then, yeah, go see it. It's fun that way. So the other one we saw, Transcendence, starring Johnny Depp, a little bit more, I don't know how big budget, but a little bit more big budget in the film. A little bit more advertising beforehand. And, I'm a tech guy myself, so it interested me. If you've seen any of the previews, the idea behind the movie is Transcendence is basically being able to have consciousness or artificial intelligence that basically has the same ability as a human does. Obviously with much more power, because, the processing power, the speed at which they can do things, the network ability. But the idea of actually having consciousness on a machine. So as you'll see in the preview, if you haven't seen it, Johnny Depp is kind of at the forefront of trying to figure this out. Or his character is, I don't remember his character's name. But there's also a group that's very resistant to it. And in the opening, a little bit of the movie, Johnny Depp is shot by one of these guys. This, obviously seems like he's dying. And so they upload, figure out the way to upload his consciousness to a computer. And that's where the story really takes off. I don't want to spoil it, because that would suck if you're actually planning on going to see it. But it's all about the things, the power that a computer could have if it has its own consciousness, and it has the ability to reach out to networks all around the world and whatnot, and what could become of the future type of deal. I mean, it's not like Matrixy or anything, which, by the way, awesome movie. But you know, all throughout, obviously, the resistance group is living on and trying to figure out how to stop all this from happening. And you know, the people are put in a dilemma: is it doing more harm than good? Is it doing more good than harm? And is it really? Is it on the lookout for humanity, or is it on the lookout for itself? Is this person really who they think it is? So, as far as the movie went, it's not like super action-packed. It does have its action sequences. It's not really gripping, in my opinion. It's not that I didn't like the movie. It's still a cool idea. It's just, it doesn't seem like it was executed wonderfully to me. I don't know where that stems from. You know, it explains everything it's going on about. It, I guess, brings up the points you would expect it to bring up. It's just, it's lacking in excitement, I guess. You know, it just never gets you excited about itself. As I mentioned before, you know, if I can identify with some character in there or something, you know, it usually can kind of engage me in it, but I couldn't really identify with anyone. It's not that it's terrible, it's just, you know, a normal everyday movie. You know, personally, if I didn't have Moviepass, so I wasn't basically going to see it for free, I probably wouldn't have gone to theaters. You know, in retrospect, I probably wouldn't have gone to see it. I would have waited till DVD, watched it then, and gone away kind of like, yeah, it was okay. It wasn't anything special, but it was okay. So that's kind of my thoughts on those two movies. If anyone's seen them, they have any thoughts on them, feel free to comment on it. Feel free to let me know, let everyone else know what you think, and you know, maybe someone will decide I still really want to go see it. Maybe somebody will decide, hey, yeah, I will just wait for DVD, and if I'm disappointed, not that big a loss. So, anyway, that's going to be it for today, guys. You have a good rest of your day.